It's hot as shit out here. I'll just say it's getting up into the 90s this time of year. Hope you all are doing good out there. And what we're talking about today is Homestead Hay. Homestead Hay. I cut my own, folks. And what I'll tell you is that if you have a little bit of property, there are some places you just might want to let your grass grow. There are some places you just might want to let some of this good vegetation get tall and then cut it for your small livestock and even your large livestock. Now, if we're talking like technically hay, you know, some of you guys are hay experts. I have an agricultural background. I have a farming background. But y'all might be able to school me on the hay topic, Bermuda hay, coastal hay, all that. What we have back here is I've got a back pasture, probably quarter to a half an acre of pasture that I've let grow. And it is somewhere where there have been horses out here for a while. And what has happened is we've been very fortunate. The soil is good and this stuff just grows naturally. And it's thick green and it smells great. And I'm gonna cut it. I'm gonna cut it and I'm gonna use it. We're gonna let it lay. We're gonna let it bake out in the sun. We're gonna let it dry out. We can store it in the barn. Or you could give it to your livestock fresh. So I'm gonna show you how I do that. And just be forewarned, I'm not wearing a shirt today, so ladies, don't get too excited. You might wanna watch this video in private. What I'm using is an old-fashioned scythe. Now this right here is one of the oldest tools in all of human history. And it still has a practical application for the homestead today. A lot of you just see this and think about the Grim Reaper, but this in fact is used to cut hay or weeds. All right, what we do is we use a stone and we sharpen this sucker out. And there's a technique to using this thing. I've got a more modern scythe, which is an aluminum handle. Okay, but you got two handles here and you want to use it in a semicircular motion, something like that. Okay, so as best as I can without my camera girl here, I'll show you how I do it. I let it lay and I'll give you an idea of what kind of product you get out of Homestead Hay. So here we go. I'm gonna get real close. Okay. All right, that's pretty sharp right now. It's doing what it's supposed to do. Oh. Ooh, that just smells like a horse stable. That's really good stuff. Yeah, it's got some other things in there, mostly clover, which has a lot of nutritional value. Well, what we're gonna do is just feed this to our meat rabbits, chickens. You can feed it to your goats. You can feed it to your, in our case, we were in the cattle business. We had bottle calves, steer. They love this stuff fresh, okay? You could let it dry out in the sun and just let it lay. Let it dry out in the sun and then you store it in your barn or wherever you can in your shed. And it's great. It's great stuff. Saves you a little bit of money and I won't have to buy hay for a long time. So another tool you're gonna want for this job is gonna be a rake, obviously. You're gonna use your scythe and you're gonna cut this stuff. If you don't have a scythe, I guess you could use a machete, but you do want to cut it low because this isn't the only cutting you're going to get in the summertime. I'd like to get 2 or 3 cuts out of this little plot, and that's the goal. That's the goal. So there's some stuff I cut yesterday, but I got a long way to go here. And there's really no way I can set up this camera. Another thing you want to watch out for is snakes this time of year in this high shit. That is absolutely a possibility. You want to be careful. Snakes. All right, I don't know if you guys can see me too well. Come on. Homestead Hay. Ready? Smells like a horse stable. Smell it.
Oh, it does smell good.
Smells good. Homestead hay.